played on the outside, especially in the inside. I think we played in an aggressive manner. Now, the challenge for us is to make sure that that wasn't a byproduct of playing LSU. So this weekend's going to be a very good indicator of where we are as a unit. The tape shouldn't look any differently when we come in on Sunday in terms of our aggressiveness with DBs. And that, again, goes back to, we will consistently win championships here when we play as a team at one level across the board. That's where the elite teams are. There aren't major drop-offs from opponent to opponent, so we're working to get to that point.
One more about the return game. Are you a big, not proponent, but somebody that talks about hidden yards? Do you talk about that to your guys, or is that something that's a byproduct of what you do?
Yeah, I've never really believed in the term hidden yards because they always say they're so glaring. It's flipping the field. You just look at it, and I always go back and watch the game from my perspective, from beginning to end, offense, defense, continually, and you see it. So I try to say hidden yards because I want these guys to understand how apparent it is if we're pinned inside the 6 or inside the 10 4 to 5 times in a game. Can't happen. You put your offense in a bad position, or just net punting. So I don't preach that, but I do talk about field position and how important it is for us to put ourselves in a position to have, to give the offense a chance to be effective.
You think back to that LSU game, just in roll alone on punts, probably had up to 50, 60 yards probably.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And give credit to the punter again. He'll play on Sundays. There's some times where, it was perfect placement, but there were a few punts, where we should have caught it, put ourselves in a better position.
Can you tell me what you've seen from the Bowling Green DBs? Obviously, they're a very young team. Can you just elaborate on that?
Very young team. They run well. They're aggressive. They're smart players. And just from watching them, they seem like you can tell that they enjoy playing football, which I think a lot of people take as a given, but I don't at all. You watch them on tape and you say, here's a unit, a defensive unit that enjoys playing football. So we're going to have our work cut out for us because it's going to be a challenge for us to work against them. But it's something that our guys are looking forward to.
Not one of those filler games, then, I guess.
No, and I don't. It's. I talk to these guys all the time. I say, hey guys, we just don't have those. There aren't any of those types of games. It's a myth to think there's a down week or a filler game, in between game. It just doesn't happen. So, again, I always say, when we play the same way from September to December, and then into January, then we'll be at a level, at a really elite level, to where it's not an ebb and flow with us, but it's just a consistent way of playing football.
I wanted to ask you about Ivan McCartney. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, Tavon and Steppen had that as can go tag. It looks like Ivan is either close to or has earned that. Is that accurate?
The tag again being
the as can go, basically pull themselves out of the game.
I've been pleased with Ivan's desire to play football. I think all those guys have really stepped up their intensity from since I've seen them in the spring. And maybe it's a byproduct of the offense. Maybe with the ball a lot, it's a high tempo. But those guys know that we need them to produce and to be able to be consistent and in order to do well.
How about Ryan Nealon? Can you talk about where he is at this point? Obviously, he was getting on the field a lot the first game, and it seems like he's having a hard time working his way back on there.
Yeah, he had the concussion, came back from that, so that set him back a little bit. But he's a guy who shows up and puts in a good day's work every day. So, I think over time he'll probably see his opportunities increase.
At the same token, it looks like Starks is working his way